drive, gets inside, leans in, knocked away and stolen by Holiday. Dollar up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. To Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang! This the dagger.
Here's the problem I'm seeing. Zion's gonna want out soon. Here's the thing, I don't think the front office of that organization, of that New Orleans organization, knows what the heck they're doing.
What can I say? Mamba out.
To say that I'm upset and disappointed is an understatement, to say the least. Suns, Trailblazers game. Here's my live reaction. Here's my post-game live reaction that I wanted to get up before tomorrow morning. So I didn't want this to come out tomorrow morning. I wanted this to come out now before all my raw emotions after the game pretty much went away and I had time to think it over. This is a tough loss. This is like a really tough loss. So I was gonna do a game preview of this game, but I honestly couldn't. My voice was blown. I was Kermit the Frog on steroids on his deathbed. So I wasn't able to do the game preview of that. But I was going to do a game post-game live reaction. So I was going to do a live reaction post-game because I thought the Phoenix Suns were going to win, right? And I'm still going to do it either way like I am right now, but for it to play out the way that it did is just very depressing. It is to say the least, it is very depressing. So if you guys did not see what happened at the end, I hate talk. Whoops, sorry, it's my computer. I hate talking about this, but I kind of have to. So I'll let you guys. How do I want to recap this? So I'm gonna play at this spot. So I'm gonna play back at 33.9 seconds. So look, Damian Lillard hits both of his free throws with 33.9 seconds left to tie it at 111 apiece. Booker then missed a short jumper before Anthony Simmons hit the game winner. Not even kidding you. He made the running layup, the running floater, that put Portland in front. Then Nurkic fouled DeAndre Ayton on the other end, but DeAndre Ayton missed the first free throw, then missed the second on purpose for a failed try-at-a-time basket. And we actually got the rebound, but Jock Landale missed. He missed the layup. And it was like 1.3 seconds ago, and he had the chance. He had enough time to actually make a clean shot, to get up a good enough shot. But oh no. So it was tough from that perspective because you were there, like, because the Suns were up by double digits, then they were losing, then they were scrambling, they were going back and forth. I knew it was going to go down to the wire. But to happen like this is pretty insane, to say the least. Both teams were 1-0 going into this. We all knew that one team was going to lose. I did not think that the Phoenix Suns were going to lose. But they did. But Anthony Simons made a layup with 7.2 seconds left in overtime, and he finished with 16 points. But there was just so much to unpack. I'm gonna go through stats real quick. So the leader for the Suns was Devin Booker at 33 points, right? The leader in assists were Chris Paul at 12. The leader in rebounds was Mikal Bridges again, at 7 rebounds. DeAndre Ayton had 6. DeAndre Ayton played up and down today. He was physical, and then he wasn't physical. Like, there was moments where he should have taken Damian Lillard when he had the opportunity, where he shouldn't just been settling, because he was settling. And there was times where he was just looking up at the ball in midair and letting the Portland Trailblazers score off that second chance opportunity, off that second chance rebound. As I was tweeting everyone, DeAndre and I have a complicated relationship. We have a love-hate relationship. And throughout that entire game, it was... So, first quarter was 28-25 Phoenix. And then Phoenix continued to jump out 25-22. But to end the half, to go into halftime, Damian Lillard had 28 points in the first half. And then he keeps erupting because he ultimately ends up with 41 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Nurkic, 20 points. Simons, 16 points. Hart, 10. Grant, 8. Damian Lillard was just everywhere. He was perfect from the line. He was 12 of 12 shooting for free throws. And something that I struggled with was, while they were sloppy and kind of undisciplined, the Trailblazers were defensively. When it mattered the most, they were able to come back in, and they were just able to lock it down. The Suns, we kind of faded. I'm not going to lie. Statistically, we were better. So overall, statistically, we were better in field goal percentage, took more field goals, better in 3-point percentage, took 2 less 3-pointers. We had less rebounds, but more assists, more steals. Less turnovers, more points in the paint. And we had the largest lead at 12. Their largest lead was 5. And why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing this up to say, even though it's deceiving to look at the statistics, you're like, how do we lose? Like, how are the Suns to lose? It was actually quite easy because what was the kicker was in the fourth quarter, we only scored 23 points. And there was multiple times for the Suns to win. There was multiple times. Devin Booker took the rush shot. We could have won it before. So at the end, Damian Lillard and Devin Booker both took 2 bad shot selections. They selected their shots wrong. It was poor. But I don't blame the Lillard that much, Dame time that much. Why? Because you only had running clock of 7 seconds after Devin Booker missed. And he should have penetrated deep. He should have went in and tried to draw the foul. And he didn't. He took a from corner, like a wing free. So not the corner and not the middle. It was like a wing free. I hope that makes sense. But it was pretty much by courtside. But it was courtside seats on the... So if you're looking at it, you're in sky view, your sky cam, it would be on the right side. He took a right side step back free, feigned back a bit. He missed. He hit front of the iron, front of the rim. Then Damian Lillard misses a running jumper that did not go in. We go to overtime. And this was insane. Like, my heart legit stopped. So there were moments in time where we could have prevented overtime, where the Suns could have prevented DeAndre to be under so much pressure. But as a former first overall pick, you would think he would know how to deal with stress, especially in those situations. But I guess not. I guess being his 4th year, he needs to learn how to do that even more, become more comfortable with that. I don't know. But it was very concerning seeing only 23. And then we started getting on heads when we couldn't hit those shots. So we became more agitated. We became a little more restless. It was just getting a lot more worse. And that, in turn, allowed the Trailblazers to capitalize on 86% from the line when shooting 31 to 36 from there. We only had 21 attempts. They had 36. We had 29 fouls. They only had 19. They obviously took advantage of that. They had more fast break points than us, but that was by 5. And you can say some of the fouls were bogus that were called on Phoenix. That doesn't matter. When you had a chance to close out the game, you didn't. You crumbled within the last 5 minutes of the game. That is just fact. That is just fact. In OT, you knew that this was going to come down to the wire, and we kind of choked that. And it was really sad to see that, because all I wanted to do, and I was crouched down, I'm like, oh, DA, do not miss those free throws. He missed the first one. And what killed me even more was the fact that he missed on purpose. He had to miss on purpose, right, what I just said. And Jocelyn Dell got the ball, because I think it was Nerfic or maybe it was Eubanks. It was somebody big who missed the rebound, missed getting the ball. Lundell got the ball, and he missed the shot. He actually had time to get a good, decent shot. He could have taken an extra 0.2 seconds. And I get it's hard. But even Eddie Johnson from Bally Sports Arizona was saying that. He could have taken an extra 0.2 seconds. He had extra time to make a good enough shot. And it was just so frustrating. It was also just so depressing, too, because we had a shot to win it. And Jock Lindell could have been a hero for the city of Phoenix. I honestly do believe that. He could have had his big shining moment. But do I believe it should have gone down to that moment? No. But there we were. I thought the way it was looking like, that this game was coming down the wires, there was only 33 seconds left in OT. I asked, what are the odds we head to a second OT? We didn't. But there was just some really bad spots. There were some spots that cost the Phoenix Suns. His physicality has gone better, but he still wants to fade. He still wants to do hooks. He still wants to do his floaters instead of just putting his shoulder into someone's chest and just running them over and having his force and just having physicality get into the basket to score, to dunk, to do whatever he needs to do to score. No, he won't do that on LUKA DONCIC. He won't even do that on Josh Hart. And Josh Hart's 6'4". And DeAndre is like 7'1". He's bigger. He's stronger. You can see the two. One's more athletic than the other. One guy's a big center who should have dominated that guy. It's just frustrating. Why would he not take it? Why would he not just go with it? Why would he just not take it to the hole? And then when it mattered the most, Devin Booker passed the ball instead of taking a really bad contested shot. He made the right decision, passed it to DA, and DA did not make the shot but was fouled and missed both free throws. Second one on purpose, and Jock Lindell missed a shot. And in no way am I blaming Jock Lindell, because you just joined the Phoenix Suns this offseason. You're trying to get everything. You're still trying to adapt to the NBA and how high speed the NBA is. And I detailed that on Twitter. So I'm not fully blaming on him, but if he would have just sat and got that appropriate shot, just took the extra 0.2, 0.3 seconds, we could have had a legit shot of winning. We did have a legit shot. And that's why it keeps ripping my heart out. But even in the fourth quarter, within the final 5 minutes of the fourth quarter, we had chance after chance after chance after chance of finishing the game out. Because we were up by 5 or whatever. We got back to the game after we were down by 5 to Portland. We were going back and forth, and when they missed a shot, we would miss a shot, or it was just really bad. We got into those cold slumps to where we were just questioning ourselves, and we didn't look comfortable. It was like, uh-oh, we're running into a bad situation. And it's frustrating, because you play well the first half, you're tying it up in the third, like you're really not letting go of that lead. In the fourth, you start to collapse a bit. And I get it's only game 2 of the season. I get it that it's not always important to be 2-0, but in the grand scheme of things, you want to be 2-0, and you should be able to close out the game. You had a lot of growing pains. You had a lot of ups and downs. That is final. That is certain. So it was very frustrating to see that because there were some shots that were wide open that should have made. Like Damian Lee should have made. But he still had a good game. DeAndre Ayton, again, a love-hate relationship. If you saw the game, you know what I'm talking about. He was just not going in. If you got a guy like Josh Hart, Damian Lillard, Josh Hart is smarter than you. Damian Lillard does not play defense well. You take advantage of that. You're the bigger guy. You're supposed to be the more aggressive guy. Come on. It's really not that difficult. It's really not that difficult of your wingspan, of your height, of your size, of your athleticism. It's not that difficult. Chris Paul did not have the best shooting performance, but he played very well as the playmaker and defensive mind. I can guarantee you that this is just a team loss. Majority of the blame is going to be on DeAndre for missing those free throws, if we're talking about overtime. But even overtime, we had opportunities to win. We did. But we got sloppy. We were undisciplined. We had to refocus and we didn't. I bet you we were getting tired too. But Anthony Simmons, Damian Lillard didn't take the final shot. Anthony Simmons, he gave it to Anthony Simmons. And he took the final shot. Or Simon, whatever his name is. But Anthony took the foul shot, and it was an easy shot. It was just a running layup, a running floater, whatever you want to call it. But he did it at such a precise, such a perfect and magnificent angle, and he timed it very well to where the warden, Mikal Bridges, not Michael, you idiot, Mikal Bridges couldn't contest it. He couldn't block it. Like, it was perfectly executed. But we had 7.2 seconds. And I kind of wish that what Devin Booker did by penetrating the D on the final few seconds, on the final possession of the game, or one of the final plays of the game, against the Blazers, by him penetrating the D to give him to DeAndre, I wish he would have taken it to the hoop, to the basket, and did what he did. He didn't need to take a bad shot. He had time. The Suns could have saw through that more. We all knew it was going to go in Booker's hands. I just thought he was going to make a better shot. But there was defensive breakdowns. There were times where Damian Lillard and other guys were just playing bully ball and just splicing for a defense and just pretty much cutting to the back of the basket and then coming out. There was some great back cuts and backdoor opportunities that they seized on. I don't know how Mikal Bridges, DeAndre didn't capitalize on that and try to get interception. But we did have some good moments too. We had good defensive series. We had good transitions. We had good opportunities offensively and defensively. We cashed in on them. So again, while I want to point out the negatives, you also have to point out positives. And there was also a lot of bad officiating, but you expect that by now because you got cons running the NBA's officials, right? Officiating. It was tough. Josh Okogie, real quick. It's not all negative. Josh Okogie played 14 minutes. That was the best 14 minutes of basketball defensively I saw from him ever. He's a great defensive presence. He puts pressure on guys. He is pressure. He is that player you want to have. Josh Okogie, even though attempting 2 shots, and the points that he made were critical, he had 3 rebounds, 1 steal. Even though he had 2 fouls, I don't care. It's not all about stats. You can say that about other guys, like Patrick Beverley, like all these other guys that are more defensive guys, that are more there just to be mentors, supposed to be leaders, supposed to be backups, position fillers. But if you're there and your key specialty is playing defense, they're going to do that very well. And Josh Okogie did that. He made sure to throw off the Trailblazers in those 14 minutes. He played consistent defense, hard, tough, physical, mind-numbing defense that actually killed the Blazers at some points. Like when he came in for the first 4 minutes of the game, first 4 or 5 minutes of the time he spent of the 14 were some of the most solidified bench defense I've seen. Like, he made the bench seem very athletic, very efficient. He made the bench look better. That is terrific. I love seeing that. So there's highs and there's lows. Cameron Johnson was again struggling. He only had 5 points. He was he was 2 of 9 from the field, 1 of 6 from beyond the arc, 0 free throws, 2 assists, 3 rebounds, 2 turnovers, 1 personal foul, and 5 points. That's not how you play. And he was also dealing with some quad injuries. I don't know if it was just cramps again or what, but he only played 23 minutes. And when all the other stars played more than 36 minutes, you know that's not good. You know that's not good. Damian Lee, who comes off the bench, played more minutes than Cameron Johnson. Cameron Payne had 17 minutes. Josh Kogi, 14. Jock Lindell, 14. But these guys put in some good work. There were some critical baskets. It's just a very unfortunate game. It really is. It's very frustrating too because we had opportunities to capitalize and we didn't. We failed to seize those opportunities. Guys stepped up, but then some guys didn't. It's tough. It's tough. It just really is. Good win for the Blazers. I thought we were going to win by 10 plus. I honestly did. I wanted to get that road win. I wanted to start off strong and we didn't. We failed. We failed to execute in the final minutes of the fourth quarter and overtime. So in the final 10 minutes of the game, combine the fourth quarter's final 5 minutes and OT's 5 minutes, we absolutely failed, and it was gut-wrenching to see, especially as a die-hard Phoenix Suns fan. It was tough to witness, and I don't think anyone could doubt that. And I praised DeAndre, but then I was critical of him. We got out-rebounded. We should not be out-rebounded. Also, here's another thing. If DeAndre keeps getting out-rebound, that's supposed to be his area. You crash those boards. I don't care if you're on the 3-point line and you're in that corner. Because one time, when he should have been crashing the boards, when it really mattered, he didn't. He just stood there in the corner. He should have been coming in hard, sprinting, going up there, ripping it. He should have. I don't care if it's offensively, defensively. That time it was offensively. He should have did it. He should crash the boards and got it. But he didn't. It's frustrating. You're a former number 1 overall pick. You're like 7'1". You got a great wingspan. You're athletic. You're built like a tank. But you play like a coward. You play like a coward. You play so timid and weak sometimes. You go up there. Like I said in the beginning of this game. I tweeted. The Durfic and Aiden matchup will test DeAndre rebounding wise and shooting wise. He failed the rebounding. He shot very well, but he was also taking those mid-range shots. I like seeing that. I like when he makes baskets, but I also want to see him go hard up with it. Dunk on somebody. Just back down on somebody. Go in the post. Do something. It's crazy. It just drives me insane. And again, it's not all DeAndre's fault, but in critical moments, he just sometimes does not show up. And at some point, we have to stop the excuses. And I get we're trying out different things. There's going to be different growing pains. But there has to be accountability and responsibility. And he failed both when it mattered the most. I get he had 26 points. But he only got 6 rebounds. 1 offensively, 5 defensively. That's not good. He did have a block, but he also had 4 turnovers. he also plays weak. When he gets the ball and when he rebounds or he's there in the post, I can see why he doesn't want to go in the post, or I see why he doesn't want to back down somebody or just take a few seconds to read it. Wanna know why? Because he's always getting stripped because he's got weak hands. He does not grip that ball. He does not hold it on for dear life in critical moments of the game or not so critical moments of the game. It's frustrating. It's frustrating after a while. You should not be on Nerfect out of all people, or Josh Hart, or Damian Lillard, or Granite, or whatever the guy's name is. Former Detroit Piston, Jeremy Grant, do that to you. You're a center. You're 6'11", 250 pounds. It's frustrating. It's maddening. You should be getting more than 10 rebounds per game. You want to make the kind of money you're making? You're upset that the Suns waited this long on you. Well, I'm not. I'm kind of upset that we did pay all this money for you if you're not going to be improving your game physically. I'm going to be blowing out my voice again. Like, I'm happy for DeAndre Drain that he's finally playing physical, that he's finally getting in there, but I congratulate him on playing physical and ripping that ball out of a defender's hand. Out of his opponent's hand, but he should be doing that. That should not be applauded as much or to the extent that we do that. It should not be that way. That's his job. That's what he's supposed to do. And he fails that sometimes. He absolutely fails that. It's maddening. It's actually gut-wrenching, and it wants me just to rip in my eyes. We had good opportunities. We did. We absolutely did. We capitalized. Damian Lee hit some good shots. Even though he had 8 points, those 8-point matters. They rebound. He rebounded. Damian Lee got some good steals. Got some good defensive action. Like the 4 defensive rebounds that he got was good. The 2 offensive rebounds he got was good. But there was more mistakes in the end than there were positives, than pros. More cons than pros are not good in the final 10 minutes of a game, including the 4th and overtime. You can't do that. You can't go from having all his production in the first 3 quarters and put on a real impact, put on a real show, to being a dud and stalling out in the 4th. You can't do that. Defensively, we were spot on. We had 2, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 steals. I love seeing that. I love seeing that. But we also had many turnovers. How many turnovers did we have? How many? You ready? We had 17 turnovers. Even though I had 21, we were only able to capitalize 18. We were able to get 18 points off turnovers. Off of our 18 turnovers, we were able to get 21 points. That is not good. That is not good. Honestly, guys, I'm not pleased. They had more defensive rebounds than us. They had more offensive rebounds than us. You do not give them 13 second chance opportunities. You do not allow that to happen. You can't. It kills a team. It kills a team. They shot 12 times less than what we did. They still won. But you want to know what really kicked us? You want to know what really kicked our butts? You ready? Were the free throws and the fouls. Some of those fouls were ridiculous, and I hate Tony Brothers, and I hate the officiating crew because they're bad at what they do. Because there was one where Josh Okogie was just touching the guy. Like you're touching the game of tag. He wasn't slapping him aggressively, but they called a reaching foul while Damian Lillard fell on the ground on his own and he was just rolling around. Damian Lillard should have been called for traveling. They didn't. They called Josh Okogie for a bogus reaching foul. Because you want to know why? There are jokes of officiating. It's just bad. They're bad. Some calls to get right, some calls to get wrong. Somehow we're able to have great offense, then it gets all slippery. Same defensively. We have good defense, then it goes to trash. That's not how we win games. We have to have a strong closeout presence, a strong closeout game. If we don't, then we're going to lose games like this. OT or not, we should have won in the fourth. Devin Booker should have had a different outcome. And it's a lot of times frustrating. It really is. It just gets old after a while. It does. And to say that it doesn't is pretty sad. Then you don't see it. You can't be strong. You can't be intimidating for 3/4 of the way. Then crash and stall and burn. I'm sorry, 3/5 of the way. Because the OT. You can't crash and burn and stall and start to look like a confused old person out there. Can't. You can't achieve something 60% of the way, then stall out for the rest of the 40%. You can't do it. It simply does not add up. And it's truly sad. Again, we had some good moments. Again, Devin Booker had some good moments. Look, it will also be different. Mikal Bridges made his free throw. He missed one. Remember, we would have been up. We would have been up by 1. But no, it was tied. I think it would have been like 102, 101, or 103, 102. It was going to be something. If free throws matter. We missed 6. And we didn't have as many as them. They made 16 more free throws than we did, than the Suns did. Mikal Bridges, when it comes to clutch, you gotta let go of your nerves. Your professional athletes have been doing this for a very long time. You gotta let go of those nerves. And Mikal Bridges went 1 of 2 from the line. Tied up the game, but you could have taken advantage. You could have taken a lead. And if you're taking a lead and you stop them, then D-Book could drain the clock. And now the Blazers are feeling more of the pressure. And then it could have been a different outcome. Then you could have forced a foul. And then that would have led to Devin Booker, DeAndre. No, not DeAndre. I don't want him never to take a free throw again. Don't ever want that. Don't ever want him to take a stinking free throw again. Mikal could have made that. Put him up by 1. That would have been a different outcome. That would have prevented Devin Booker from doing that horrible shot. The outcome would have been different. The plays drawn by Monty Williams and the audibles called by Chris Paul and Devin Booker would have been different. This was a team loss. You win and lose in the clutch. You win and lose when it matters the most. You win and lose when the tenseness and pressure is getting the players the most. You gotta hit them free throws. You gotta stop having so many fouls. It's just that simple. You gotta make your free throws. DeAndre and Chris Paul were 1 foul away from fouling out. Mikal Bridges is 2 fouls from fouling out. Jock Landale is 2 fouls from fouling out. And there was also some foul control that was not happening. There was a lot of damage that's happening because Jock Landale and DeAndre were in some real bad pickles, some real bad spots because of their fouls and mismanagement of that. That almost killed them. It almost did. Just saying. It kind of gets old after a while. The same old mistakes. But it's nothing new that I'm saying. I get this is only game 2, but at some point we have to do the turning point. Now, were all those fouls DA's and Jock Landale's fault? No. Were all those fouls from the Suns their fault? No. Because bad officiating and like the one for Josh Okogie. Were there some that they didn't call? Yes. from both sides, yes. But I can't blame poor fishing for the way that the Suns poor finished the game. I can't say you have to make your free throws. That's fundamental. You learn those when you start playing the game of basketball. You gotta shake off the nerves. You have to. I get it was a bad night, but you gotta. Overall, it was kind of sad to say the least. That's all I gotta say. I'm upset. I'm disappointed. Aggravated. Tired. Why all these games gotta be so stressful? Why they gotta be so stressful? Like, this was about to be the same thing with the Mavericks game. We almost went to overtime. It came down to LUKA DONCIC, but because he was babied by the NBA and he couldn't get a foul, that's why he couldn't win. I honestly believe that. He tried being a hero and he failed. But it almost came down to LUKA DONCIC bearing in our face. We could have been 0-2 very quick instead of 1-1. But we should be 2-0. And I'm going to be salty about this till Sunday, where we're going to have to kick some serious butt against the Clippers, right? At 6:30 p.m. Arizona time. So guys, that's pretty much all that I have. I'm simply just tired. It's kind of disgusting, to be honest. I'm more upset than anything. You had to stop Damian Lillard, contain everyone else, let Damian Lillard do what he does best. When you let a man go to the line 12 times and he makes all 12, that's going to be the difference. When you let a whole team go to the line 36 times and they convert 31 out of the 36 times, that makes a difference. That's 31 points right there. Makes a huge difference now, doesn't it? If the Suns made more of the free throws. And I know there's a lot more that I could dive into, that I can try to nitpick and just zero in on, but honestly, guys, that's all I have. That's really all I have. We had some foul issues. We had free throw issues. We had closeout issues. We had confidence issues. But we also had great defensive impacts. We had pressure building up. We were able to get defensive stops. We were able to play in the clutch. We gassed, yes, but we persevered through that. Tonight was just not our night, but we're going to kick some serious booty come Sunday at 6:30 p.m. I'm going to do a game preview for that. The rebounds were kind of sad, because it's also kind of sad when DeAndre has as many rebounds as Devin Booker to end the first half, which was 1. So sad. So stupid. I'm going to lose my voice again. But yeah, guys, I'm going to call it here. I really got nothing else to say. These were the main points. I could break it down even more, but it would just make me even more upset. We're 0-1 away. We're 1-0 at home. I kind of want to be 2-0, but we're not given that luxury. We failed. This is no one else's fault. Like, I could blame the officiating all I want, but at the end of the day, we failed to do the most simplistic tasks when it comes to making free throws, cracking down on defense, getting those key breakdowns, and just being able to stop when it means the most. So we could have stopped Anthony Simons and Damian Lillard when he was coming up doing it. Give it 7.2 seconds. But we had 7 seconds to correct our mistake. We didn't. We honestly just collapsed, and we were kind of rattled. We were kind of a little uneasy, a little unrested. Honestly, that's the biggest takeaway I have. We 3/5 of the way, or really 3.5/5 of the way, we were good and not so good. The last 10 minutes of the game, from the 5-minute mark of the fourth, all the way to the 5-minute overtime period, it's kind of depressing. It's kind of sad. I hate to say it, but I was right. And everything I said. When I was the idiot that said the Suns were going to go 2-0, win by 13, 120 to 107. Absolutely brutalizing. It makes me upset, really. Like, when you look at everything, when you watch that game, it hurts. Especially when you're a diehard basketball fan like I am, it hurts. I'm honestly going to get over it, right? But still, it hurts. But yeah, guys, this was my live reaction to the Phoenix Suns versus Portland Trail Blazers game. I hope you guys had a fun time watching that game. It's going to be posted on YouTube and all my other social media and podcasting platforms. So do not miss it. You guys know where to find us. CourtSideHeat, or find me rather. I don't know who this us is unless it's the voices inside of my head. I have no idea. You can find me at twitter.com/CourtSideHeat, Instagram.com/CourtSideHeatNBA, Facebook.com/CourtSideHeat, and Tumblr.com/CourtSideHeat. My YouTube link's posted down below in the podcast description. Do not miss it. Remember, it's CourtSideHeat. Have to do it. Just how YouTube is. So it's CourtSideHeat, but everything is spaced. Each word is spaced. Until next time, guys, I will be back with the game preview Sunday morning against the Clippers. The Blazers will be taking on the Lakers on Sunday. So both teams are playing on Sunday again. Suns, Clippers. And this is going to be a away game. So we're on our little road trip, continuing that. Then the Blazers are at the Lakers, starting their road trip. Until then, guys, I will talk to you guys later. Enjoy your night. When this gets posted, it's going to be like around 12 in the morning. But I was getting this all ready. Well, this was a very interesting, depressing game to watch when it came down to 5-10 minutes. My heart stopped many times. Yeah, guys, I'm going to call. Peace out. I'll see y'all next video.